Hello, y'all. This is just gonna be like a basic reaction video. I just want to just talk to y'all and like just to spread awareness out there that the Jim Crow laws are back in Mississippi. And if anybody don't know who Jim Crow is, it's not a person. It's basically laws that prevented black people from, having a good life and having choices upon what job they want and how they want to live their life. It's just basically laws that make black people suck. And I'm gonna be reacting to a bunch of people from TikTok and just have my opinion on it. And I think this is messed up. We are regressing. We're not progressing. We're not moving forward. This is a step back, and I want to spread awareness out there and see if we can do something about that, because Jim Crow should not be a discussion in this day and age at all. And it's terrible for black people to even go through that in the first place. So hope you guys enjoyed the video and check this out.
In Mississippi, where we have a bill like this with our history, where you say solving the problem is taking the vote away from black people.
A Jim Crow-style law was passed by the Mississippi House, where a conservative, mainly white, supermajority in the state house voted to create a separate court system and expand a police force within the city of Jackson, the blackest city in America. 83% of voters in Jackson are black. However, they will get no say in how these new positions will be filled. All statewide elected offices are currently occupied by whites. No black Mississippian has held statewide office since the brief period of Reconstruction after the Civil War. 1/3 of Mississippi's population is black, yet the state has only one black congressman due to gerrymandering.
So, to my knowledge, this bill has already passed. Unfortunately, it did happen this year, but it was months ago this year. So, I also want to say shout out to the people that's talking about this, worried about it, because you should be worried about it, especially if most of the people that created this thing was white people, Caucasian people, and we should totally talk about this more. And if it spreads to other states, then we're screwed. I mean, black people are screwed in that sense. But I just want to react to this and see what's going on and inform y'all about this.
The state of Mississippi is raising eyebrows for some and creating full-blown outrage for others after the Republican-led state house passed a bill that would form a court system of unelected judges and prosecutors to preside over part of the capital city of Jackson and expand the Capitol Police Force. In short, instead of giving the city's majority black residents an opportunity to exercise their voting rights to elect judges and prosecutors, the power would fall to government officials. Joining us now is one of the biggest opponents of this legislation, Mississippi House Minority Leader, Representative Robert L. Johnson III. Representative, thanks so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you for having me.
So I want to start by reading part of your joint statement about these bills. You say HB 1020 and SB 2889 are an insult and a distraction, taking power away from the citizens of our capital city while we waste critical hours sitting around and letting hospitals close and our people die. You go on to say these bills are what modern-day Jim Crow looks like. Explain to us how this bill even got this far along in the process to begin with.
Well, we have a supermajority-led House and Senate and a Republican governor. And as I describe them from time to time, they are kind of new to this process, and they don't have any respect for the rules, procedure, or the tradition of the legislature. And so we don't even, there are even opportunities to debate some of these issues. They've just decided that they're just going to run roughshod over the whole process and have what they want.
All right, so just break it down for us in layman terms. If this were to pass, what would this mean for the black residents?
Well, they would essentially have judges who would be appointed by a Supreme Court justice who was appointed by this very governor that is engineering this effort. They wouldn't have any say-so in that judgeship, those multiple judgeships, and so those people would answer to no one who lives in Hinds County. Not only would that judge not be elected, that judge could come from anywhere in the state. And so that the Constitution says all of our judges should be elected, shall be elected. And so this takes that right to vote that right to exercise their constitutional power from the people in the city of Jackson. So all the cases, I mean, it would be the most important part of this. So all the cases that anybody brings against the state of Mississippi, and we bring them all the time. I'm a lawyer. If you sue the state of Mississippi, they have to come through the circuit or chancery court in Hinds County. There was a time when we were fighting for more money for public education. And one of the things that they wanted to challenge was the constitutionality of the referendum proposal. One of the white Republican legislators told his constituents, if we pass this referendum, then you'll have to answer to a black judge in Hinds County. That, you know, there are these little phrases, these invites that they have that always point to race.
Is there a chance that this bill will die in the Senate?
There is a chance the bill will die in the Senate. Thankfully, because of the uproar, because of the push that many of us have had from lawyers to community activists to legislators, I think, and the national pressure from people like just the exposure from networks, from people like you, they are feeling the pressure. This does look like Jim Crow, like post-Reconstruction. This looks like everything that some of us who are old enough remember growing up through the civil rights movement, the things that we fought to reverse.
Representative, curious, I know your intention is to stop it, but let's just play devil's advocate here. Are you concerned that if this bill does become law, would it create a new template for a Republican fight for the years to come, similar to what's happened with critical race theory law, for example?
Well, yes. Look, we tell people, we've been telling people all over the state, this is not a Jackson problem. This is a Mississippi problem. If they're going to do it to Jackson, they'll do it to Greenville, Greenwood, anywhere they want to go. They want to create a city within a city that just serves a particular segment of the population. This capital city complex has a disproportionate white population, doesn't represent the actual per capita demographic in the city of Jackson. And this is a template for what they'll do in any city that has black or African American leadership. And so, yes, the danger is that this is the route Republicans will continue to do in places where they lose political power.
Mississippi Democratic Minority Leader Representative Robert Johnson III. Hey, we thank you so much.
Man, that's messed up. Yeah, there's something that, this needs to be discussed more, spread around more and all of that. This is really informational. I hope people can understand how bad this is, the fact that it's being talked about in 2023, and really feel bad for the people in Mississippi. I don't live in Mississippi. I live in Oklahoma, and, I feel like crap, for even hearing about that, But let's check this other one out.
Jim Crow could come back in Mississippi. I wish I was being facetious. I'm not. I saw a TikTok about this by another creator, and I was like, I'll do some research on this, because to essentially call a bill the reincarnation of Jim Crow is a really high bar. Unfortunately, this bill, which already passed the state house, reaches that bar. This is Black Mississippi. This is white Mississippi. Jackson, the capital, is right around there. Not only is it the state with the highest percentage of black people, but Jackson is the second blackest city in the entire country. The bill, which is now on its way to the Senate, creates a new district in the state and a new court system where judges are appointed, not voted in, meaning that in the blackest city in America, black residents will not be afforded their full right to vote. Instead, judges and prosecutors will be appointed by the white Republican Chief Justice and the white Republican State Attorney General. Republicans in the state have already made it clear that they hate Jackson and its people. The current governor campaigned on withholding state funding from the city and said that it was always a great day not to be in Jackson. And legislators like this one have made it clear that they don't want a black judge ruling on state cases. And of course, these new courts would hear state cases, not the ones that were elected. Also in cases including eminent domain, which is what allows the government to take private property from their constituents, and a number of other matters that are bound to disproportionately affect the black residents in Jackson. And we need to be so fucking loud about this so that this doesn't get passed and that we don't see copycats in other states. It is a disgusting, racist, patronizing, white supremacist act that we cannot allow to pass.
Yeah, really serious stuff, man. Spread the word, talk about this. Don't talk about it a lot, I mean, it's only happening in Mississippi. Let's not hope it happens in any other states than that. To my knowledge, I don't know what is really going on or why. I mean, there is obviously a reason why to everything, but there's only so much I can collect here and gather up and get my opinion out of it. But this is really stupid, y'all. Like, this is really stupid that we came so far, we did what we did, and now, you know, everything still feels the same. And that's really it's just irritating, you know. It hurts me to even talk about that, but I got another one. This one was pretty interesting. I just wanted to throw this one in there. I'm gonna hashtag this one Jim Crow laws, because that's what this guy hashtagged, I think, in his TikTok. But just hear what he has to say and tell me how this is not related to the Jim Crow laws and, like, you know, systemic racism and stuff. Does it still exist?
Black people need to stop complaining about systemic racism and take some personal responsibility. Everyone is equal under the law now. They may be policed more, but that's only because they commit a disproportionate amount of the crime. Why? Well, I'm not saying that black people are naturally more likely to be criminals or anything. I just think it's a part of their culture. Why? Well, probably because their dads weren't around to raise them properly. Why? I don't know, probably because they were too poor to afford a kid, so they left. Why? Well, they probably can't get a good job because they never went to college. Why? Well, I guess it is probably because they couldn't afford it, but they didn't get good enough grades to get a scholarship either. Why? Well, I guess that is probably because their school is underfunded. Why? Because school funding is determined by property taxes, and they were born into poor areas. Why? Because their family hasn't been able to build enough wealth to move out. Why? Because the first black people who were born with equal rights under the law are less than 60 years old.
You think that was interesting? I got one more for y'all. And take notes from this. This is, everybody should learn this. Not a lot of people learn this in school, take this as an educational video. I am your Gen Z guide to living equality life and happiness without any racial bias and systemic racism and stuff. But yeah, we need to do something about this. And I don't know. There's only so much we the people can do. Us black people and anybody. I just got another video. I hope y'all like what I am putting out. I wanted to do a 69 subscriber special, but it was I got another subscriber, so it was 70. I was like, dang, I was gonna make a 69 subscriber special and it was ruined now. I got another subscriber. Maybe y'all should totally unsubscribe to me so I can get 69, so I can make the 69 subscriber special. Thank you very much. But yeah, totally. Well, check this out.
Mississippi, do you feel like this is bonita? Because I can tell you right now, this is not bonita. If you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, listen up. The Republican-led state of Mississippi House of Representatives passed a bill on February 7th, right, that people are calling the reenactment of Jim Crow. But I feel like nobody's explaining it, right? So we can't really understand how bad the bill is. So bitch, I broke it down. I'm making it easy for you. This new bill creates a new district that includes all of the majority white neighborhoods. They would literally form their own courts, their own judges, their own prosecutors. Again, all white neighborhood districts in the middle of a city that is 82% black people. It would also expand the Capitol Police Force. Nobody wants that. But really, why is it so bad? What does it look like if this passes in the Senate? And what does it mean for black residents there? If House Bill 1020 is able to pass, then the Chief Justice of the Mississippi Supreme Court would get to handpick, like the good old days, the district's 2 new supervising judges. Prosecutors and the lower court judges would also be handpicked, appointed, not elected, by the state's Attorney General. The expanded Capitol Police Force, yeah, that would be handled by their chief. I think I forgot to mention, these are all conservatives, and they're all palm colored people. You think I'm joking? Ignore my little ad, But this is just 6 of the 9 justices that sit on the Mississippi Supreme Court. They're all white, they're all Republicans. The Attorney General, everybody. While judges and prosecutors usually have to live in the place that they practice, these appointed officials can come from anywhere in the state because they're appointed again, not voted in. They don't have to listen to the voice of the people, majority black people. These judges wouldn't have to really answer to anybody except the people that appointed them. It starts this system off with an unchecked power dynamic between the people and the appointed. And of course, when you push somebody down, you have to spit in their face. The worst part is that 12% of the taxes that come from Jackson, Mississippi, you know, us colored folk, yeah, we're going to pay for their salary with that 12%. But we're not going to be able to vote them in or have a say or anything. This is why people are comparing this to the Jim Crow era. Because in 1980, Mississippi literally had legislation that was the exact replica of this. They're not even trying to be original at this point. They're just changing a few words to modernize it. This bill is an exact replica of what they tried to do during that era to disenfranchise black people. But like I said, it's not over yet. It has to be voted in by the Senate. Couldn't specifically find a time period for this, so I'll definitely update you guys. But please, like, share, comment on this damn video. There needs to be pressure from the public for the Senate to deny this bill because it goes against everybody's constitutional right. If they get away with this, then it's just going to show that states have the right to gerrymander, and then our vote really won't fucking count, bitch. If you guys want more information, comment down below. I have a bunch of research on this.
It's very sad, y'all. I'm going to probably check if it already passed or not, but only so much I know about it. If it did pass, it's terrible. It's sad. I feel so bad for them. Oh man, I don't want to. I guess nobody. If anything bad happens, don't go to Mississippi. Don't go to Mississippi, y'all. That's pretty bad. But I mean, that's pretty much all I got for y'all. Please, oh goodness gracious, please spread the word about this. This is really terrible stuff. I'm gonna look more into it and, you know, see what's going on. But I just wanted to talk about it with y'all. So peace out.